That's why, November 8th, 2023, that's why we'll be doing our peaceful protest rallies for reparations for the Safe Space for American Kids. Safe Space for Kids community. Safe Space for American Kids community. Because that's what we will be. See, that'll be our tribe. We don't know what our African tribes are, my black people, because we were dragged in chains. They kicked our ancestors out like trash and sold us like animals to the white man. But they were doing it already anyway with the Arabs, the Muslims, with the Arabs. The Arabs been doing it and still do it. And I also read that that's how some of them pay for their pilgrimage to Mecca. A slave. Some slave shit. That's how they pay for their pilgrimage to Mecca. That's how the Latinos pay for their passage when they work with the drug cartel gangs and the criminal cartel gangs on our southern border in Mexico, the narco state where they kill their own presidential candidates, or like they did in Colombia. Good God, Pablo Escobar and all that. I was living when that happened. I remember when he had them MS, whatever it was, 19, 13, 15, whatever it was, to take over their own Supreme Court and kill Supreme Court judges. Like half of them died, almost half of them, to burn records so they wouldn't extradite him. He didn't want to be extradited to U.S. Listen, this is what we do, my black people. They ain't see this coming. I have had a Muslim lady who I live next door to. She lived next door to me for almost 10 years. Her kids were bullying mine. I asked her to stop it. The other lady down the hall, Muslim, who's very educated and nice lady, she found out her son was bullying. She stopped it right away in 4 months. Those are the kind of immigrants we want. Unfortunately, the ones coming mostly is the kind like the one next door. She didn't stop her kids. Instead, she put up a campaign against me for 5 years to make herself look important. With all the guests she had coming in there, people she didn't know what their health history was, whatever, their kids not immunized or whatever, had them coming in for some Muslim scam they was doing, some immigration scam or something going on that was going on in the first floor apartment too. The police took them out 3 cars deep. 2 different groups of Muslim, black, whatever they were, TPS or asylum seekers, black African Muslims were down there fighting tooth and nail over an apartment. That was for money. The apartment can't be no more than 2-bedroom big. I saw it myself. They took like 15 of them out there. They came out with backpacks like they was going across the desert. Like they were, like with Moses searching for the promised land. And they were forced out by 3 cars full of police. And the imam was there mad as hell over whatever was going on, that they had caused all this. I'm sure he knew about it. He definitely knew about it. I tried to tell them I want to talk to the imam about the bullying this one was doing next door to me, telling me, we don't like you. We want you to leave. Why? I don't know. She's illiterate, can't read, can't write. I was in here trying to open a 501c3 nonprofit, Youth Leadership Academies, in order to open up a safe space, a place to help kids, keep them, get them ready for a professional career, teach them about things like resume prep, interview prep, give them tutoring, make sure they had supplies, computers, guidance counselors, support, and a place where they could play on the first floor all together, one big room, nothing going on, nobody can do nothing, no bullying, no sex molesting, nothing. And second floor was for, the educational purposes. I showed her my notebook. She couldn't even read it. I asked her to stop her kids from bullying mine and all that. She didn't give a damn. In fact, she tried to bully me. Did things like threw mice in the hallway, dead mice. One of her mice was sick from her house that poison put down and came through the vent where the heat come through and killed my cat, my baby cat, Midnight. I had since he was 5 months old. Midnight ain't never been around another cat in his life. He ate that mouse and died. She did. Died right here in the house. Broke my heart. It's time for us to leave, my black people. You know why? Hear me out. We built this, but now they're tearing it down. The white man is inviting them in so that they don't have to give us reparations. Well, guess what? They don't want us here. They say we're terrible, we're criminals, super predators, our kids, violent, all of that. They're scared of us. They need hate crime bills against us, not against the white man who violated their countries. We didn't do it. We were dragged in chains by the white man. Obama talking about everybody immigrated here. Did you, Obama? Where, from Kenya? Because I know I didn't. You immigrated from Hawaii? I know I didn't. I know my ancestors were dragged here in chains, never immigrated here, ever. And the immigrants, we love them. They come through Ellis Island and all that, we love them. I even married one way back when, you know. And he is a fine, upstanding Muslim. One of the most honorable people I've ever seen in my life. Even more honorable than me. But I'll say this, we don't want none of them drug dealers. We don't want the sex predators. We don't want people who don't know nothing about education at all or basic things like bacteria and how things get spread and feed rats and throw food in the street. The Latinos throw food in the street to feed pigeons and they feeding the rats too. That's where the exploding rat population comes from. The last 50, 60 years since y'all been letting them in, hard body. And since they've been coming in to supply the drug trade and all of that, my black people, it's time for us to leave. Guess why? Because when we leave and we legally, peacefully protest to follow the American Indians lead, I'm part black, part American Indian. I think that's what we need. We need to get some territory, just 2 states. Let them keep the other 48, including Hawaii. I love Hawaii, but hey, look what they doing in Maui, man. They don't care. Obama said he emigrated from Hawaii, and look how much he care about Maui. Wow. Whatever, Obama. I don't believe it. I don't believe you immigrated. You immigrated from where? Tell me more. Face to face. I'll shred you. Because books are my best friend. I can perform a linguistic forensic analysis. I coined that term and created it. Because right now, this is the decline of our civilizations due to the descendants of the slave breeding program, genetic mutation principle introduced by the slave breeding programs, and also all of the brainwashing and train washing for our black people to be very passive and accept any abuse and horrors of murders and everything. You will die if you learn how to read or write, get educated. And yet somehow now we're super predators. When our people were brainwashed and train washed and killed into submission, our men, buck broken, all that. When did we become super predators? Would that have been around the time when the drugs flooded our communities? Because I pay attention to behavior patterns. That's what I do. That's my hobby. So my black people, guess what? We go to court all together. Chicago, y'all are doing great. Don't resist it. Let them have it. It's being overtaken by rats. Lawless people who want to sell drugs. Let the Latinos sell the drugs to the Muslims and the whites. Let the Muslims do the terrorism on the whites and the Latinos. And let the whites do the racism and abuse and kill and all of that. The Karens and the overseer cops. Let them kill or do whatever they want, lock up the Latinos and the Muslims, the Arabs. And we go to court peacefully and we protest just like the my American Indian ancestors did. And for 2 states and a small reparation, we don't need a lot of cash. We don't want to break the country. We built it and we'll build our community. And we'll put a wall up and take all of our blacks, the gang bangers, we'll take our criminals, anything not sex predators. Because that is going to be the safe space for American kids' community. So at least we'll have a place where our kids won't be killed in the street or sold drugs by Latinos, murdered with terrorism by Muslims, or killed and firemen left. A fireman confessed that they would regularly leave black kids to die in fires. The last one he said he did it to was a little kid. He looked him right in the eye, walked away from him, and left for screaming there. And he hears the screams in his head now. He's almost 100. And now he feels bad because he's going to meet his maker. And he know he got to answer for that. For all them people he left to die in fires deliberately. It's their mentality, my people. It'll never change. They'll continue to do things to hurt us because they don't like us. They never have. Look across history. I've studied all the histories, all of them. No. Let's take ourselves out the equation. They said we're worthless, we're criminals, and we're bad, and they need hate crime bills against us. And they deny all the horror they did to us and the humanitarian crisis that has never been addressed with reparations to any of our generations, though they continue to do things to hurt us and kill us across generation after generation, even till now, up to George Floyd and up to me, who they tried to kill. But luckily, I learned from Maxwell, the Dirty 30 cop, and his white style and deadly partner in the 90s. So I saw him, not Maxwell, I saw the white partner kill a dealer on the rooftop 160 back in the days, back there when they was ruling over there. You better look at the Dirty 30 documentary, my people. Let's come together. We'll take our vote all together. The safe space for American kids. Yes, community. That's our tribe. We don't know our tribe in Africa. They don't want us to know. They don't give a fuck. We don't know our tribe with the American Indians. I don't know my tribe from the American Indians. My American Indian